All right, welcome back. Yes, let's talk about our exchange rate we have right now in Nigeria. Well, speaking about the exchange rate, we have $1 exchanging for 1,463 naira 30 kaba, and we have also €1 exchanging for 1,700 naira 30 kaba. We also have for £1 exchanging for 1,953 naira 27 kaba. Well, talking about Canadian dollar, we have one Canadian dollar exchanging for 1,043 naira 83 kaba. And finally, let's talk about Chinese yuan exchanging for 205 naira 67 kaba. Well,
I like that they're all below 2,000.
Yeah.
So like the Naira is doing quite well. I mean, we are happy for that. So
Mhm.
now moving on to the national business news, we have Cardoso leads Nigeria's delegation to World Bank IMF meeting in Washington, D.C. Olayemi Cardoso, the governor of the central bank, will lead Nigeria's delegation to the World Bank and International Monetary Fund annual meeting in Washington, D.C., which opens up on Monday, October 13. Bayo Ononuga, special advisor to the President's Information and Strategy, in a statement said Cardoso, as the alternate governor, replaces the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, who is indisposed. The Nigerian team will also comprise the Minister of State for Finance, Doris Uzokanite. According to the World Bank, key elements of the annual meeting includes the Development Committee plenary session on October 16 and International Monetary and Financial Committee meetings on October 17.
Okay, and let's talk about cooking gas. Well, we're having a lot of crisis on that one. Well, retailers accuse marketers of shifting blame. The Liquefied Petroleum Gas Retailers branch of the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers have faulted claims by the Nigerian Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers that retailers are to blame for the recent surge in cooking gas prices across the country. In a statement signed by the branch national chairman, Ayobami Olarinoye, on Saturday, the retailer said the recent scarcity and sharp increase in liquefied petroleum gas prices have brought untold hardship to Nigerian households and businesses. They described the development as deeply concerning and said that they felt compelled to respond to recent comment by NALP GUMS national president Oladapo Olatunbosun, who attributed the price hike to gas retailers. Report shows that the price of cooking gas rose from an average of 1,000 naira per kilogram to as high as 2,000 naira per kilogram in some locations. This followed a recent strike by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria during its dispute with Dangote Refinery. Almost 2 weeks after the strike was suspended, prices have yet to ease, while scarcity has continued to worsen.
You know, in Nigeria, we need to do better. That when the prices go up, they should come down.
Not
Go up
and stays that way.
We do not want that. But now to international business news. China accuses US of double standards over tariff hike. Donald Trump's latest threat to impose an additional 100% tariff on Chinese goods is a typical example of U.S. double standards China's government has set. A Commerce Ministry spokesperson also said China could introduce its own unspecified countermeasures if the U.S. president carried out his threat, adding it was not afraid of a possible trade war. On Friday, Trump hit back at Beijing's move to tighten its rule for rare earth exports, accusing it of becoming very hostile and trying to hold the world captive. He also threatened to pull out of a meeting with China's President Xi Jinping later this month. But on Sunday, Trump wrote, "Don't worry about China, it will all be fine."
Well, Blackstone in talks about £1 billion Tritex Big Bucks deal. One of the world's largest real estate investors in an advanced talk with a London-listed group about a £1 billion logistic deal weeks after the duo were embroiled in a public bidding war for another industrial property group. It was learned that Blackstone, the American private equity behemoth, is nearing an agreement to sell roughly £1 billion of logistics asset to Tritech's big box rate, which has a market capitalization of about £3.65 billion. Property industry sources said this weekend that while key details were yet to be finalized, a deal could see Blackstone receiving part of the consideration for the asset in the form of equity in Tritech's big box. Well, and that'll be all on the money matters today. Interestingly, we have some things going on around the world when it comes to finance. Well, anyways, this is where we draw the line and say we're moving on to another segment. But before that, if you are a financial expert, and of course you have things to tell us about when it comes to finance and money matters across the country, stock market, however it is, you can always send us a message to our WhatsApp line. And of course, we'll bring you to the studio, invite you, or come over there and, seek your opinion on what you really want to talk about. Well, you all invited our viewers, not all, the experts, financial experts. Anyways, let's